Rachel, what's going on?
I got my tuition payment schedule and...
Wow, that is a big bill.
Yeah, that's not even the problem. Remember when Louis fired me because he thought that I was leaking information? I never told you about negotiating the terms of my return.
Yeah, you did. He gave you a 10% raise.
That's not all he gave me. He agreed that the firm would pay for me to go to law school when I got in.
So what's the problem?
It's gonna be an awkward conversation.
Rachel, you want to be a lawyer. You're gonna have to have a lot of awkward conversations.
Yeah, but not like this. I mean, hey, Louis, do you remember when I demanded that you pay for me to go to law school? I get that since then you've now tried to help me get in and that we're friends, but I would really like my money now.
Okay, so don't talk to him. Just get ready to write a check for $200,000 because that's what it's gonna cost for the next 3 years.
Awkward conversation it is.
Best of luck.
Oh. I'm sorry to interrupt. Do you have a minute?
What can I do for you?
The timing on this is terrible, and I apologize for that.
What is it?
I need the first check for my law school tuition.
Excuse me?
Maybe you don't remember, but when I was wrongfully dismissed, one of the terms of my rehiring was that the firm pays for my law school.
I remember just fine. And the only term of your rehiring was a 10% increase in salary.
What? No, I'm telling you, this was an agreed upon term,
And I'm telling you, I know nothing about that. And if I had heard about it, I would have never approved it.
I was scapegoated by this firm.
And when you agreed to come back, you were given a 10% raise. That's standard.
My situation was not standard.
In what way?
Louis accused me of being disloyal.
And?
And he turned out to be wrong.
The problem, Rachel, is that you have no record of what you're saying.
He agreed to it. He is your agent. You're bound by this.
I don't know that. And the man just had a heart attack. And I'm not going to call him and ask him.
I know that, and I don't want you to.
Then this conversation is over.
Hi.
Hi.
I heard you were back. Should you be doing that?
Prescribed. Light walking. Need to get the blood flowing.
Okay. Good. Look, Louis, I'm sorry about what happened. I really am.
I'm gonna be fine, Rachel.
Good. I actually wanted to talk to you about a contracts issue.
Shoot.
Okay. A friend of mine entered into a verbal agreement with an agent for a corporation, and now he's reneging on it.
Wait a second, why verbal?
Why not? Verbal contracts are binding, and she knows it.
She have it on tape?
No.
Well, then he can lie about it, or he can argue the wording.
No, he made a clear promise.
Well, maybe it was a promise to try, or maybe it was a suggestion.
No, it wasn't.
What's the contract?
Employment bonus.
Lump sum or payable over time?
3-year term.
Well, then verbal ain't. If it's paid over a year or more, it has to be written.
My friend made life decisions based on this promise. She could sue for promissory estoppel.
Well, she could sue the dick who made the deal, but she can't sue the company.
She doesn't want to do that.
Let me ask you this. Why wouldn't she get it in writing if it was legit?
Because she trusted him. She doesn't know why he would lie to her.
He did because he could. He wanted what he wanted when he wanted it, and it cost him nothing. You know?
Yeah, maybe she should go after him.
She could try, but I mean, realistically, she'll lose, and she should, because stupidity shouldn't be rewarded. So glad you came to see me. You really got my juices going. Made me feel glad to be back.
I have a list here of the signing bonuses of the top 3 associates who've come into this firm. Give me an advance on mine.
The last time we negotiated, you said never sign something without getting something in return.
What you're getting in return is that I keep working here part-time. The advance plus my salary will cover my tuition.
Paralegals don't make that much. Those numbers don't add up.
I'm not proposing being a paralegal. Summer associates work as lawyers, and I can do the same.
Came up with that pretty fast. It's almost as if you wanted me to ask you what I get in return.
Do we have a deal?
One problem. You already asked me to break precedent once. When I waived the Harvard rule, I'm not breaking it again to pay for law school.
I'm not asking you to break anything. You already established precedents. With him. When you paid for his law school.
That is not common knowledge.
No, it's not.
That's why she wanted me here. I'm Exhibit A.
You made an investment in Harvey, and I think that turned out pretty well.
I could argue that point.
No, Rachel's right. I'm pretty awesome.
I assume you have this in writing.
I wouldn't be worth it if I didn't.